So let's look at the Agile Manifesto. The Agile Manifesto says we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Through this work, we have come to value individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and the last one is responding to change over following a plan. So let's look at the first one, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. What is this manifesto saying? This is not saying that we don't value processes and tools. Processes and tools in this day and age are very, very important. However, if we say we're going to go agile, we will place more value in individuals who are the team members or people in the ecosystem who will be using the product, and the interaction between them, we will place more value on that. Instead of focusing on creating a ticket and having these processes on how somebody should communicate, how about just picking up a phone call or actually showing up in somebody's desk if it's among team members and just talking about what the challenge that they're having or what their request is. It is so much easier. The second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. It is very important to understand we're not saying no to any documentation. Documentation is important. We need documentation. However, if we are going to use Agile or if you're going to be Agile, we have to value working software over just having a lot of documentation. So this comes from in the traditional waterfall methodology, we have a lot of documentation. We have a lot of phases where even that documentation has to be signed off. However, documentation doesn't add any value to the customer. Instead of spending weeks or months in documentation, how about we build a very small piece of software that we can demo to a customer, or it could be our internal customer where they can use this small piece of feature and they can say if they like this software or if they don't like it. The third manifesto is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. In this manifesto, what we are saying is there should be some kind of contract with the customer, or otherwise customers might want more and more things and it's a never-ending list of wishes that customer might have. Although what this manifesto is saying is we should not lock them down into a contract where they don't even get a chance to make any changes on the project, because it is very, very hard to come up with all the requirements up front, and if you lock all those requirements in, it's a very restricting experience for the customer. So think about it, you are a new bank and you want a login system for this bank where customers can go in and they can look at their balance, they can look at their rolling balance and some of these features. However, for the bank, it might be very hard for them to identify what kind of customers they have or what kind of customer accounts do they have, or there's a lot of complexity when you're working in a new project, and it's really, really hard to come up with all those things up front. What we are saying here is it is important for us to collaborate with customer and help them in the journey of learning about their business processes and what they want to do for their customers. The fourth manifesto is responding to change over following a plan. Planning is very, very important in software development, but in a very complex, sophisticated environment, it's hard to come up with a very perfect plan and execute. Think about if you had worked in any projects, how many of those times that you were able to stick to the plan. What we are saying here is definitely do planning, but instead of doing a planning for 6 months, why not we do planning for chunks, maybe for a few weeks, because then it's easy to execute on the plan. Mike Tyson had an amazing quote to describe this manifesto. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in their face.